I can never. You're gonna have to squat down. I can try. There we go.
I'm not gonna sit.
Okay, here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
Take 3. Good morning, friends. Jill and Nathan here. Welcome back to Whispering Willow Farm. So it is another really busy day here. We have got
Lots going on.
a lot going on. We have got guys coming and finishing working on things. We got a lot done yesterday. And by we, I was working on my own things. I didn't get a lot done productive for the house, but I have a lot of cool things coming to you guys in the next few months, and that took a lot of my time working on. But we did a big thing yesterday, and oh my gosh.
A big thing.
I cannot wait to show y'all. First of all, I want to hit on this first because we do read y'all's comments. We saw so many of you guys asking how my doctor's appointment went. So I do want to give you guys an update. They drew my blood, sent it off, test a bunch of stuff. It all came back in range and normal. Thank the Lord. The doctor said that it could have just been a temporary flare-up due to something I ate, due to, weather, allergies, a whole bunch of things. But she said that she was not concerned. But if I, started having problems in the future, just to come back and we could recheck it. So thank you guys so much for just your prayers, checking on us. That is one of those things that Nathan and I don't go to the doctor very often, so it's probably good just to get a checkup anyways, and I'm healthy. So yes, now it's Nathan's turn. This man hasn't been to the doctor in a really long time. He's actually in a men's discipleship class. It's like a year commitment. And it's really kind of steward towards, taking the best care of himself. That way he can be the best husband and father God's called him to be. And part of that is
annual checkups.
Part of that is annual checkups, like, investing in the future and things like that. Things that we kind of just like put off, and we're healthy. So like we just don't ever really think to go to the doctor. Okay. And so we're realizing, oh yeah, it's probably actually kind of important just to go and get checked up every once in a while. Yep,
I've been to the doctor 3 times in 20 years.
Yeah, so the last time I went to the doctor was when I was pregnant with Charlie. That's the last doctor I saw. And that was, gosh, almost 7 years ago. Yeah. So that's been a hot minute ago. But we want to show you guys what we did. Oh my gosh.
You've probably seen this building creeping in the background. We don't show it very often because...
But you can't not show it because it's always in there.
It's always there. It was an old storage building that was just full of stuff from the previous owner. Mm-hmm. And they didn't have time to clean it out.
Well, and we made a deal. So they gave us like a couple $1,000s off of asking price if they could leave all the existing things in the buildings. And we said yes. She was an old lady. She was so sweet.
Oh, I know. And we just, we attempted several times to clean it out, but it was just so much.
Yeah, it was a lot.
That we didn't. Well, the building started to cave in, and anyways, it was just a big eyesore on the property. So we're going to show you what we did.
I will tell you though, yesterday I had 2 moments. One moment where I thought, oh my God, we made the wrong decision. Because it was just, matter of fact, I have a video on my phone. I'm gonna take that video and plug it into this video so you guys can see. I thought, there's no way this is all gonna like burn and go away. I'm like, we have created a tornado on the side of our property. Then there was a moment where I was inside working on some stuff and I look out the window and there are flames. How tall were those flames?
Oh goodness, 30 foot.
And don't worry you guys, we had called the fire department. They knew we did all the right things we were supposed to do by the city. But they said just, burn it, and if it goes sideways, call us. And so yeah. I come outside, my heart's racing. Nathan looks at me and he's like, go back inside. He was like, no ma'am, there's no space for that out here. And so I turned back around and went inside, and I thought, Lord Jesus, be with them. Did that scare you at all? You said that you saw, what, a fire tornado for the first time ever?
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
What does that even mean?
In the 30-foot flame, I saw, literally, it looked like a fire tornado. It was just the craziest thing.
That is crazy. So first of all, now that it's down,
there there were some leaves that died in the process.
Yeah. Thankfully, though, it's rained here for the last 5 days, so everything was super green. We honestly chose a good time to set this huge thing on fire. So. You want to hold my coffee and we can turn them around? He actually made me coffee this morning. It tastes really good. I think maybe you should make me some more.
You're welcome.
All right, y'all ready? Oh, you ready for the big reveal? You gonna count them down?
1, 2, 3.
I thought it goes 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Look at that. So yeah, if you remember, there was just a huge building. So we had our friend Josh come with his excavator. Literally, I don't think it was very hard to tear it down. So he's gonna come back today, push it all closer.
I'm pretty sure he just leaned the bucket on the side of the building and the building collapsed.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean,
yeah.
it was
sketchy,
falling apart.
Yeah. So I think his plan is today is to push it in a closer proximity.
Burn some more.
Burn some more. Dig a hole.
And then we're gonna haul off the metal pieces that are left, but everything else is just going into the ground.
Yeah.
So
we should have done this sooner. You guys joke too that like people do stuff and like make all these improvements to their house when they get ready to move, and it's so true. We have been talking about this for years. I mean, honestly, when we moved here, this was one of the biggest things because, you know, we knew this wasn't our forever home, but we really didn't know like just how long we were gonna be here. And the idea was to have a huge farm table here and do these farm to table dinners overlooking this beautiful pasture. And I think that is, I mean, the perfect setup for this. Really, I mean, the view here is spectacular. So check that out. I mean, that's literally, so that would literally be the view. You could take out maybe that bush, because that's one of the only ones that's like keeping.
Yeah, we take out that little scrub brush and trees and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just gorgeous. So we do have the well pump here still, which will stay because that is a working well. So they might potentially have to put some sort of structure over that.
Yeah, we'll probably have to do that.
Look at that though. My garlic, some of my garlic, died in the process of this. I do still have a few more, but that makes me really, really thankful that I had dug some of this up and planted it in the actual garden bed. It's really strange too. We have garlic growing on the side of our storm cellar. You guys see that? So it's just growing in there, but that's where the big patch was, which is so sad. I honestly feel like though, when this all gets leveled, since they're all bulbs in the ground, they'll probably just come back up.
Yep, I bet they will.
So, you want to try to dig that up and see if there's any garlic?
Sure.
If it's a big deal, you don't have to.
My hands?
Yeah, you got manly hands. I don't know, it may break off. That's usually the issue I have. I'm digging it up. Oh, there's a little bulb.
Should have left that one in there. The sucker's in there.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I know. Last year when I was pulling them up, I accidentally broke a bunch of them off. Oh.
Look at that cluster.
Let me see. Wow. We can have that with dinner. Look at that root.
Mm-hmm.
Just take those and throw them back in there. Wow, I could probably go through and pick most of that then.
Yep.
Might have a little bit of a hard time, but that's a decent.
Look at all the. This needs to go back in the ground.
That's what I did last year too. When I harvested a bunch of this, I just took these little things and threw them right back in the ground. So that's not a huge cluster.
No, that's still pretty big.
Yeah, you did good. All right, babe, what's on the agenda today? So obviously Josh is gonna come.
Who's gonna come?
Who's gonna come?
Josh.
Oh, Josh is gonna come and fix that. Goodness, I can't even itch my nose with this huge thing of garlic. Oh my goodness. Stop it.
Just take a bite.
No.
Actually, that right there would be fantastic.
Y'all, June was going through yesterday and leaning over all my onions and just biting the top off of them. And then Nathan tried it and he said it was spicy as all get out.
She didn't mind.
She didn't care.
It's sweet and spicy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you were having a hard time though at one point.
Yeah, it made me tear up a little bit.
So did that. Look at me. Anyways, okay, so you turned. Stop. So Josh is coming to do this today.
Yeah, he's going to just pile it up a little bit more, let it burn down a little further. We've got another friend, Joel, coming over to help us do some flooring, put up some more trim.
We're working on the flooring. We bought the wrong flooring, so we had to take that back.
They look very similar. Anyways, lots of projects.
Yeah, lots of projects, but I think this was probably the biggest project we had, and it was the biggest eyesore we had.
Yeah, so he's gonna clean this up, obviously, level it out.
Yeah.
So the next person can either build a shop here or enjoy the view, so.
Yeah, for sure. All right, you got my coffee?
I got it.
Thank you. Good
Bye,
luck.
guys.
All right, we did have no rain yesterday. Well, it rained yesterday afternoon, but for the most part, most of the morning, there was no rain. So that was nice. They were able to get out here, bring the excavator and, you know, all of his equipment without it getting stuck. I'm actually gonna harvest some spinach. It's really early here. I say really early, it's like 7. So I'm just gonna harvest some spinach for breakfast. Kenzie just got here, and Kenzie is going to be helping me out with June and Charlie. She has, you guys will probably be seeing her pop up in vlogs here and there. And so she has 2 beautiful kids. She's got a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. And so she brings them over and helps me with June during the day. She's gonna be helping with Charlie, just so I can get some uninterrupted work done. And also the idea is that I can, you know, the day she's here, shoot a lot of vlogs and edit them and maybe even have a day off. I love hanging out with you guys so much, but right now I am shooting or editing every day of the week. So trying to just navigate that a little bit better will be really, really helpful. And her husband just bought property about 5 miles down the road from our new property. And so that is so encouraging, having friends right there. It's just gonna be really, really cool. And so we are really looking forward to that. All right, I think I have enough spinach for my bagel. The question is if I can carry the spinach and the coffee. It's kind of an impromptu, just grab this while I'm out in the garden. My friend Sean is also coming over today to finish the rabbit tractor that he has been building for us. We are gonna do a really detailed video on that, just because I don't think I could really show you guys or explain to you guys a lot of the things he did. And so I just thought that would probably be easier if we did a video with him. But he will be working on that today. It's coming along really, really nicely. Nathan is getting really, really excited. He was out here helping him last night until the rain stopped them. But we moved it right there. So it's coming along pretty well. He got the floor laid. He still has some other things, but I cannot wait to see the finished product there. I am going to head inside, make my bagel, and finish drinking my coffee while it's hot. We wanted to show you guys the big thing that happened around here. We finally got that huge building knocked down. That feels like such a victory for us. Like, that was one of the biggest things when we thought about all the things we have left to do on the house. That was the one that we were probably most concerned about, just because it's overhauling. You had to have a lot of different people here doing different things, and so we are so glad that it's on the ground. Hopefully by next week or the following week, everything's laid out, you know, everything's leveled out. It'll just look even that much better. But we wanted to show you guys a little update. But thanks for hanging out with us. We'll talk to you soon.